What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. NLG back again. Make sure to like and subscribe to be a part of the NLG fam. We will be doing the NLG podcast, reacting in full with me and my two brothers to this game tomorrow. So look out for that around 8 p.m. And we lose to Newcastle at home in the first leg of a Carabao Cup. Something we thought would be an advantage going into this game, playing at home first and then going to St. James's Park. There was so much onus and importance on winning the game today and really setting the tone for the second leg and making sure we can cement ourselves in the final. Newcastle managed to beat us today. It's the first loss we've had in the Emirates since April when we lost to Aston Villa. And today, this guy, we need I'm even tired of saying it. Every Arsenal content creator is saying it. We need a striker. Simple, plain and simple. This guy ran the show today. He got his goal, which was well taken. Let's speak about the goals. Let's start with that. And in fact, let's speak about first half, because Arsenal actually started the game pretty decently. At least it was convincing. Today's performance, I think what annoys me is that today's performance, these are the kind of performances we've been looking for. I don't even come out of the game mad that I wouldn't be so mad that we lost had it not been a Carabao Cup semi-final. Had we played like this, but lost and drawn certain games, if we drew or lost to Brighton, but we played like this, then I'd be like, you know what, okay, fair enough. You lot actually had some fight, you went for it. But instead, we don't play games like they're a semi-final. The first half, we had some good, decent play. I feel like sometimes Trossard, of course, was not beating his man, but I feel like we managed to knit things together quite well. Partey did quite decently. Miles Lewis-Skelly at left back, quality. We need to see this guy every week. Forget Calafiori. He's got in his place in the team. The back four today was actually pretty decent. However, we got to call them out for the goals. And we'll get to that in a little bit. The midfield was very good today. Partey, solid. Rice today ran his socks off, but not just running his socks off. I think he actually gave us glimpses of the way in which he can be an 8. His deliveries from set pieces were fantastic. But as an 8 today, he was passing and moving. He was being an option. He was playing balls in between the lines. He was doing really well in his position today. Trossard, honestly, I feel like he had an okay game, but he did actually play a couple of balls in behind. One in particular that Martinelli should have converted, that we'll get to. And that opportunity was such a bad miss. Unfortunately, today was a case of us not taking our chances. But for once, we were actually taking shots today. Something we've been asking for all season. Why do we not take shots? Today we had 23 shots, 3 on target. Let's look at the match stats. 23 shots, 3 on target. And you can, look, clearly we weren't clinical enough. You know, that's a horrible conversion rate. Newcastle, a team that has a striker, a clinical striker at that, and a winger that's on form in Anthony Gordon. 7 shots, 4 on target, 2 goals. That's what you call an attack. And today I'm not going to come out here and say we didn't force the issue and we didn't put pressure. We applied pressure and it's not those Arsenal matches that we have where we apply pressure for 5-10 minutes at a time and then the other team just completely flip it. It was a very competitive game and we were back and forth, but I would say we managed to apply quite constant pressure. But the chances missed, like Martinelli, it was a great intricate passing in midfield that fell to Trossard, who played a first-time ball into Martinelli, who ran in behind. And then he has a choice to go near post or go across the keeper. I think it's quite tough. Ian Wright was saying during the half-time that, you know, it's hard to call whether he should, you know, go inside or out. He hits the post. We don't make it. We had opportunities. Timber had a header which went over the bar. You know, we had opportunities, but then the Isak goal happens from a Dubravka keeper hoofs it from a free kick. And Saliba doesn't win the first header, which then gets knocked down. Murphy takes a turn that completely leaves Gabriel dumbfounded, and that leaves Isak right on goal. And Isak, confidence, 14 goals in 15 games, left foot, crossbar and in. Easy. Literally gets a chance, takes it. That was the first half. So we wrapped up the first half, heading into the second half now. I think Arsenal did well to come back into that and not drop kind of the main part of the focus. However, I say this, we didn't drop off in terms of our application and our dedication to go forward and apply pressure, but we had again our defensive lapses, which, to be fair, we've kind of seen all season. The second goal was too easy to concede. Rice, I think initially the ball goes out wide. We're not tracking well enough. Then the ball comes inside to Isak. Isak basically plays a 1-2, moves inside the defenders. Isak then takes, again, striker's instinct. We don't see this kind of play from Havertz. He takes a touch and instantly whips it and tries to shoot across Raya. Raya, who, to be fair to him, I think he made a good save. You could argue he maybe, could have palmed it, but he did what a keeper should do, which is palm it wide. Maybe you can say he should have palmed it central, but that's a dangerous position, so you technically shouldn't be doing that. He did the right thing. He palmed it wide. Timber didn't have Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon went onto it. Timber really tried to get there. Anthony Gordon came onto it and scored the second. Newcastle was super clinical. Going back to that Martinelli chance in the first half, how come Martinelli is there and Havertz is not there? Where is Havertz in that build-up? And maybe he was the pass before the pass in midfield. Maybe he was in midfield because he dropped deep. But there's just certain things about this game. Havertz had a chance in the second half where he used his shoulder. The ball hits his shoulder. It was such a good ball over the top, and the ball hits his shoulder. He should have scored that goal. He was right in front of the goal. I just don't understand this player. He had probably his best in fact, he had his best 20-25 minutes as a right winger today. I've never seen him beat his man so many times. I think he beat his man twice today on the right wing. He played better on the right wing than up front. We saw the substitutions of Jorginho. I think Partey came off around 58 minutes. Jorginho had an actual great game. He played a fantastic ball through to Miles Lewis-Skelly, cutting between the lines. Unfortunately, it was slightly offside. He played one through to Havertz as well over the top, which he crossed in towards the final moments of the game. But Dubravka just held it and saved it. And then I think he also managed to find Jesus as well with a ball over the top. So Jorginho did really well to come on and not be his defensive self, but play with confidence, play the ball forward and not waste time. Rice, I'm sure he was blowing. He really put in a shift. I will give some credit to Martinelli as well, actually. Martinelli did well. I think Zinchenko tried, but it wasn't enough. It just goes to show you need to be clinical. Isak, a player we've been saying we need for a long time. Honestly, I'm getting tired of speaking about the same thing with Arsenal. We actually had a decent performance today, but it just was not enough. And it won't be enough to continue to the Carabao. So as far as I'm concerned, the Carabao is gone. And not that I think the players should have that mentality, but I think the Carabao is gone. We're 2-0 down. We need to go to St. James's Park, of all places. That is almost like an Anfield 2.0, and go and put 3 past them. Will we do that with Havertz or Jesus up top? I highly doubt it. I ain't even wearing an Arsenal top, people. I'm wearing a Jamaica shirt. I switched it out. I was wearing an Arsenal shirt 20 minutes ago. I switched it out, honestly. I'm not even Jamaican. I'm Ghanaian. That's how mad it is. Honestly, I'm just, yeah, it's a frustrating one. I think application was good today. We saw a semblance of the football can play. And I actually don't think we've really seen us play that free-flowing football against a Prem side. We've seen it in the Champions League against your PSGs, against your Sporting Lisbons. This is the first time I think I've really seen us force the issue and find gaps. But of course, it was too little too late. By the time Almiron came on, Eddie Howe was telling them 5-5. Yeah, 2 banks for 5, basically, and the game was shut off. So, people, that's that. Newcastle 2, Arsenal 0 at the Emirates in the Carabao Cup. We have a second leg against Newcastle, but it's not looking promising. Let's see what we do in the transfer window. And definitely subscribe for more content like this. And definitely check out the North London Gooner podcast that we'll be doing tomorrow to properly dissect this game with my 2 brothers as well. So yeah, man, be a part of the NLG fam. And we roll on to the next game. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, people. Listen, peace. I'm out.